Hello, hello. Welcome back to Peak Northwest, an outdoors and travel podcast by the Oregonian and Oregon Live, dedicated to the adventure and exploration of our beautiful Pacific Northwest. I'm Jamie Hale.
And I'm Kiara Profena. Together we take you to some of the most beautiful and interesting destinations in our region, discussing where to go, what to do, and places to see. And this week we're getting ready for another great autumn in the Pacific Northwest.
That's right. I'm psyched.
Yay!
How are you feeling about fall?
Fall's my favorite season.
I would say it's one of my, tied for my favorite season with spring. I'm a transitionary season guy.
See, I hate spring.
Oh, wow. God, Jesus.
So this is the best time of the year for me.
I've never heard anyone say they hate spring before.
It's my least favorite season.
Well, we can talk about that at spring. We're here for fall. What are the reasons you love fall?
I love a good breeze.
Sure.
I love a good breeze. I love getting like cozy. I run pretty hot, so I don't like being sweaty.
Mm-hmm.
So being, having cooler weather is great for me. Also, like the best things happen in fall, Halloween, and then the day after my birthday.
Ah, amazing.
Yeah. So it's like the best time of the year.
Yeah, we both have fall birthdays.
Yep.
I'm at the very end in December. You're the day after. You're November 1st? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a great weekend for me. And it's Halloween's like on a Friday and my birthday's on a Saturday this year. So I'm like extra excited.
Yeah, definitely.
That never happens.
What, in your experience of, because you've been here in the fall for a couple of years, right?
Yeah.
What is your experience of being in the Pacific Northwest in the fall compared to like other places you've spent it?
Well, the leaves actually change.
Yeah, that's nice.
We didn't have that in Texas.
No.
Our leaves don't change. So I love that. I feel like when I moved here, I would always like be in Texas for the summer when I was in college. So fall time was always like getting back to Portland, like starting school and like actually settling into like routine, and it's just very like nostalgic and comforting season, I feel like, because of that. It's a great time for like walking outside too.
Yeah.
Love walking outside during the fall.
I love wearing sleeves. I love a jacket.
Yes.
That has pockets. You don't have to like bring an extra bag just to carry your things. I love pockets. And,
yeah.
Especially a jacket pocket. I love wearing like a pair of boots and hiking through the fallen leaves. Oh, so nice.
Oh
when
my
it's like
gosh.
Maybe a little misty in the morning, but then kind of nice in the afternoon.
Fall fashion.
Yes.
Wearing brown.
I
love brown.
Get your tweeds out.
Yeah.
And your flannels. Yeah. Okay. Wow. We love fall. And I feel like the Northwest is a great spot to spend fall. Oregon in particular, we have so many good things to do in the fall across the state. So today we're talking about the essential fall activities in Oregon. I've got a list of 8 essential fall activities because 8 seemed like a good number and a reasonable number.
Yeah.
And something about 8 feels like fall to me. I don't know why.
You could do like one per week, throughout most of fall kind of thing.
You really could.
Feels like fall is around 8 weeks. No, a little bit longer.
No, seasons typically are 12 weeks, I believe.
Okay, well, that gives you some time off.
Yeah.
To do one.
And then consider it.
Yeah.
Like journal and drink a tea and write
Watch
about.
a good fall movie.
Boy, well, we could talk about good fall movies.
Yeah.
This
Gives
whole podcast.
you Halloween off to do a Halloween activity.
Sure.
So you've got something every week, basically.
Okay, basically. So, let's dive into these. I'm curious about these. I mean, so obviously, I feel like we have this dynamic here where I talk a lot about cool Oregon stuff, and you're like, cool, sounds great. I feel like there's some of these that you must have done before. So,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm excited to see about that. Okay, first thing on my list here, number 1. This is not in any order, by the way. This is just an unordered list. The first thing I thought about was Fruit Loop, the Hood River Fruit Loop. Gotta go to the Fruit Loop. This is not a fall thing specifically. It's sort of more like a summer into fall. But driving through Hood River, first of all, driving through the gorge in the fall, especially once the leaves change, oh my God. You can't beat it. It's so nice. But once you go around to all these little farm stands and these little farms, We're talking apples. We're talking pears. We're talking squash and pumpkins. Maybe there's some good jams and some breads you could buy. Load up your trunk with like a fall bounty.
It's harvest season.
It's harvest season. Go out and harvest. Or at least be with people who have just harvested from the places where they have harvested from.
Harvest or support the harvesters.
Yes, exactly. Fruit Loop is interesting. Like it's a bit of marketing to sort of take all these little farms and call it the Fruit Loop. I don't know. Maybe it's been like a decade or so. This has really been a thing, but I've kind of really gotten on board with the Fruit Loop idea. I love the idea of that being a destination. It's like just enough of a drive to feel like you're going on a little trip without it being like a haul.
Right.
And like having a trunk full of like produce and farm goods is just so delightful to come home with all that stuff.
So are they all in a circle?
It's not like a loop necessarily.
That's misleading.
It is. It's a nice bit of marketing, but it's like an area where there's a lot of different farm stands.
Okay.
It's not like so perfect, but there's a lot of stuff in this one area.
So what's your favorite thing to get out on the Fruit Loop?
Apples.
Yeah.
I love apples. And there's a lot of good places. Draper Girls Farm has some good apples. At the farmer's market in Portland, I get Kiyakawa Farms apples religiously. I love the different varieties. I love the ones that are like small and really dark red. I love the Honeycrisp, obviously.
Love Honeycrisp.
I love trying the different kinds of varieties they have out there. This isn't a fall thing, but I love a stone fruit. I love a pluot, a plueri even, a plum cherry combination.
I don't even know where you're going. I can't even pick those fruits apart.
A pluot is like a plum apricot fusion. It's really good. It's delicious. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Fruits, vegetables, pizzas with pear on them. I had that one time in the Fruit Loop. So good. That's just like a great, great day trip to take. And I'm doing that with some friends actually in early October. We're going to go to the Fruit Loop and it's going to be great.
That sounds really exciting for you.
Yeah. Highly recommend it. Have you not done the Fruit Loop before?
I haven't done the Fruit Loop, but
Okay.
I've been like apple picking. It's like the same thing.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. So just not out there.
Okay.
So but apple picking, you can do that in a lot of places.
It's true.
So if you're not trying to hit the Fruit Loop.
Well, if you're into this sort of like fall farm vibe, but you want something closer, Sauvie Island.
That's where I went apple
Yes.
picking.
A great spot. I mean, that's where you have more of your pumpkin patches, corn mazes. It's like that kind of fall vibe. Mm-hmm. Probably a hayride. I don't know if they have any hayrides out there, but all kinds of stuff. Apple picking, like you said. But then you also have the benefit of being on Sauvie Island where you have like trails. And you can go down by the river, spend a crisp day by the river with your scarf, take a little walk on the beach. Mm-hmm. That sounds nice. Do some bird watching out in the trails. That's like a whole other dimension of it. But having like those two things together is a great combination.
Peak day. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so close.
It really is. Especially if you're like you are sort of on the west side.
Right.
Really easy to get to.
Yeah, it's like a 20-minute drive for me.
Wow,
it's so
much
close.
farther for me, but that's great.
That's why I love Sauvie Island.
Yeah, so you did that last fall. You've done it in a fall previously?
So I actually go there basically every fall.
Amazing.
But I go for like the Halloween stuff because I'm a big Halloween person. So I go and I do the pumpkin patch and the corn maze and the little Halloween shops and just like walking around. I know they have like a scary corn maze too, like a haunted one. All of that. I'm into all of that.
Okay. You do the one where you shoot zombies with paintballs?
I haven't done that one, but that might be on my list now.
Yeah.
Now that you mentioned that.
Yeah, that's pretty fun. I've done it once. I felt a little bad shooting people with paintballs, but
You're right. That is a little painful.
it was all in good fun, I guess. I don't know.
You're consenting.
Yeah, exactly. Sauvie Island. So those are sort of, I think, when you're talking about your sort of like fall harvest.
Yes.
Those two spots are great. You talked about it getting crisp and cool. I love to do a hot spring. It's getting cool. This is the time to go soak.
Hot spring season.
Hot spring season. I mean, the summertime is nice because places are easy to get to and it's clear. and it's nice weather. But like when it's a little misty and a little chilly, and then you're warm in the hot spring, maybe like you've got a beanie on. You know what I mean? Like that's the vibe I'm looking for.
Makes you like work for it a little bit more too. Like you feel like it actually pays off a lot more being in a hot spring during this time.
And I feel like I'm good for any hot springs this time of year. I don't get super picky. But I mean, obviously, if we're talking about hot springs, you've got your built up places, your Brighton Bush hot springs, probably my number one spot to go to. Canita, we've talked about that previously, which is sort of more family oriented, like bigger, sort of nicer pools. Crane Hot Springs, way out in Burns. I love Crane Hot Springs. It's so far to get to. But if you can combine some of your other like deep Southeast Oregon stuff with that, that's choice. Obviously, all your like mountain hot springs, your all your stuff up there in the Cascades, your Umpqua Hot Springs, Terwilliger, and then all these like little desert springs that are out there here and there. There's so many places to soak in Oregon. It's one of my favorite things about this place. You can just like, the valley, the mountains, the desert, there's like hot springs everywhere here.
So this is probably not the right direction to take this, but I just moved into an apartment with a hot tub.
I mean, amazing.
So like,
yeah,
it's life-changing. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Soaking in hot water. Who would have known? All of my worries. So like, I feel like it is outside, like the hot tub is on the roof of this apartment, which is mwah.
It's not a private hot tub.
It's not a private hot tub, no. Like you're sharing it with everybody there, but it's pretty like, there's not a ton of people there ever. So getting into that as well, like a lot of like hot tubs. There's a lot of spas around Portland that are pretty affordable too. Like I've been to Everett House, and like going there in the winter would be super fun as well if you're not trying to get all the way out to the hot springs.
Everett House and Common Ground is my go-to spot.
Yes.
I love Common Ground. There's the new underground one. This name
Cascadia?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, I think that's it.
There's a list. Our colleague Lizzie Acker did a whole list of the soaking places and saunas in Portland.
Yeah.
So you don't have to go out to get it. Wherever the hot water is, my parents have a hot tub at their house. Every time I'm over there, I'm trying to get in there.
Some hot water, yeah.
Exactly. Take a bath. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh my God, baths in the fall. Ugh.
Light some candles.
Yes. Light some candles. Read like a little book. Don't drop it.
Hot cup of tea.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. We're on the same wavelength. I love this. But if you are, this is obviously the outdoors and travel podcast.
Yeah, you're right.
So
getting back on topic.
Reorient to traveling, seeing some fall color, as you mentioned. There's a lot of places to do it. I think there's a couple. The next two are a couple of my favorite spots to go. The first one is Silver Falls State Park. You've been to Silver Falls, haven't you?
I don't know.
Wow. Yeah. I think, if you've been to Silver Falls. They've got the Trail of Ten Falls, the Waterfall Paradise, and the canyon outside Salem.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I have been here.
Okay.
I did a trail with waterfalls before.
Sure. Yeah.
I think there were like 7.
That sounds right.
Yeah. I have been there.
Yeah, there you go. So the fall color at Silver Falls, you've got the waterfalls, and it's not like peak waterfall season, but they're still going. But sort of framed by like the orange and yellow, like vine maple leaves, I think is what you see a lot in the canyon.
Yep.
It's just, come on. You can't beat it. And having like a one waterfall view after the next, after the next, after the next, it's just so good.
That's looking pretty gorgeous, looking at photos. I think I did go here, but it was in the summer, so I have to go back.
You got to go back. There's a lot of good places to stay in Silver Falls. So there's the campground. But they have the cabins there too, like the state park cabins. They also have like some the old Girl Scout camp they've transformed into like an overnight place you can stay. And they have these like really small little cabins kind of off in the back country that are really nice, a really nice place to stay. It's called Smith Creek Village. And there's a bunch of like, slightly nicer than state park cabins.
Good.
You can still camp if you want, but like for me in the fall, like getting those little cabins, spending the day in the woods, going back in, cozying up with a book. I mean, this is what we're talking about.
Yeah, camping in the cold doesn't sound like my vibe.
I can do the fall chill without the rain.
Yeah, but it's hard to separate those sometimes.
It's true. My other fall color spot that I love, much farther away, way out in Southeast Oregon, over by Crane Hot Springs in that area, Steens Mountain. Steens Mountain is like big desert, sort of like, it's not like, volcanic mountain. It's sort of more like might be a fault block mountain. Anyway, it's sort of a big area. And they have these huge aspen groves. And Oregon's not known for its aspens, really. Colorado, where you've spent a lot more time, is sort of more aspen country. But there's these big aspen groves on Steens Mountain that like just really pop in the fall. And a cool thing about aspens is like that because they're like the trees are connected, they're like basically one organism. These groves of aspens, they tend to pop at the same time.
Ooh, very
so you get
pretty.
like these like big bunches that'll be like we're all yellow now, or we're all orange now, and so you get these views of just like all these stands, just like these big blocks of color out there in the desert, and it's so cool. And I went out there one time, and it was the fall color, and it had just snowed. It was like a dusting of snow plus the aspens changing, and it was like the white and the reds and the yellows and the greens. It was so good.
Ooh, that sounds pretty gorgeous.
It is a haul to get out there. It is a road trip and a half. But it's
you've got
gorgeous.
The hot springs out there.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So you can definitely go do something.
Soak, look at some trees.
Perfect.
Go
Totally worth that drive.
And some good dark sky.
Oh, yeah.
They're really good dark skies. And this time of year, before the fall cloud covers really come in, when the air is nice and crisp, it's a good sweet spot to do some good stargazing. And Steens Mountain has like some of the best stargazing I've ever seen. It is like pure dark skies. I've never seen so many stars in my life.
Wow. Well, now you're really selling that Southeast Oregon trip for the fall.
I mean, I could talk more on that, but this isn't a whole episode on Southeast Oregon. We got more fall stuff to talk about. Okay, let me ask you a question. How do you feel about covered bridges?
So, like, covered with what?
Okay, great. That answers my question. You're not like an East Coast person.
No.
I feel like covered bridges are like a real sort of like, Northeast, New England, Mid-Atlantic seaboard kind of situation. A covered bridge is a bridge that is sort of covered with sort of with a wooden housing that you would, ride your horse through or drive through. It's very Sleepy Hollow. It's very New England. But there's, outside of that region, Oregon has like one of the largest concentrations of covered bridges for reasons I'm not totally clear on. But there are like 50 some odd covered bridges in Oregon. And one of the largest concentrations is in Cottage Grove. And I don't know why covered bridges are so fall to me, but they're so fall to me. This is like such a fall thing. There's something I think about like, the fall foliage. It's a little drippy, and you're in this covered bridge, and you like, I don't know if a horse happens to come by in one of these, you hear like the little hoofs,
the echo.
Yeah, clop 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 clop, along like the old wooden planks. There's something about it that's just like, I think fall is the best time to go to these covered bridges.
Okay, it's giving like that East Coast fall essence. So where is Cottage Grove?
Cottage Grove is in the Willamette Valley. It's just outside of like, your Eugene Corvallis area.
Gotcha.
So if you're looking at it, it's really just kind of due south of Eugene. And there's like there's some like in Cottage Grove proper, but there's a bunch of covered bridges within like a 30-minute drive. So I spent a day a few years ago just driving to all of these covered bridges to get pictures of all of them. And it was a great way to spend the day. And Cottage Grove is a cute little town. Like you'll see like, covered bridge cafe and like all these things. So they love their covered bridges. That's
so great. Wow, I'm looking at your article. You have like a whole map of them.
Oh, yeah.
That's
we
insane.
mapped covered bridges.
You've got a map of every covered bridge if you want to do a recreation of Jamie's trip.
They're everywhere. I mean, there really are covered bridges everywhere.
They're all very unique too. Like I feel like they've all got a little bit of a, different architectural flair.
And they're probably not all going to last forever. I mean, these are things that like aren't really used that often, that like see it while you can, I guess. I don't know. They've done like some crazy efforts to save some of these old covered bridges, but a lot of these are probably just going to fall into disrepair. So get out there, see the covered bridges, if that's your kind of thing. I know they're not for everybody. I've tried to tell people like, oh, I'm going to go see covered bridges. And they say, covered with what? Or something like that, like they're like, what do you mean? What's a covered bridge? Why should I care? But I've had people like in my email say like, oh my God, thank you for writing about the covered bridges. I love covered bridges. So
if you're that type of person, this activity is for you.
Exactly. Okay. So we've done a lot of different fall stuff, but we haven't touched on, I think, one of the area's primary fall activities, which is foraging for mushrooms. And that's not it's not an exclusively fall thing, because we are in a Pacific, temperate rainforest. There's a lot of mushrooms everywhere, but like fall is a great time for some mushrooms. And I'll say off the bat, I'm not the biggest mushroom forager or expert.
Okay.
I've done it a couple times for certain kinds of mushrooms, but like I don't know a ton about this. But I do know that there are a lot of great places to go, and this is a great time of year to do it.
It's good enough. The people that are foragers, they know what to do.
And they know the secret spots. This is like such a secret spot kind of activity.
Maybe there's like a little group you can gain access to.
That's the way to do it. Or have friends,
Yeah.
Whenever you hear friends talk about foraging and you say like, so where are you doing that? You want to take me next time?
Start taking notes. Yeah.
People are protective though. It's crazy. What is your mushroom foraging experience? Have you ever done this?
No.
Do you have
never.
friends who do this?
Nope.
Wow. Okay. So
I love mushrooms though.
So I think you can.
I feel like I would have a great time,
Walking through the woods.
Yeah.
Looking for stuff. It's very interesting.
I don't trust myself to not pick something that would kill me.
Well, here's the trick. We had a number of years ago on the podcast, we had a mycologist who had a great piece of advice. And he said, go out for one kind of mushroom. Ignore everything else except for the one kind of mushroom you're looking for. And before you go out, really look up, like, what does this mushroom look like? How do I identify it? What are any lookalikes? How do I identify those? So you're going out looking for chanterelles. You know what chanterelles look like. You know what false chanterelles look like. And that's all the knowledge in your brain. If you go out looking for everything or anything, then like, oh my God, wait, what is this? What is that? What is this? What is that? But if you just are focusing on your one mushroom, then that makes it so much easier.
Okay. Maybe I'll go foraging. I think like that could be a good like fall foliage foraging little day,
Definitely. There's a lot of good mushrooms. Fort Stevens State Park on the coast, up in Astoria, is a great mushroom foraging spot. It's also very popular. You're going to find people there. People out there are harvesting porcinis, white matsutakes, which are like very well sought after. We were out there a few years ago doing foraging with a ranger who took us to his secret spot in the park. That was like basically like walking down this like paved pathway, and he like, I don't know if he actually did, but it felt like he was like looking over his shoulder as if anyone was looking. And then we just popped into the woods, unmarked place, just right into the woods. And there was this big patch of white matsutakes that were like, people were like looking all over for them in the park that
wow.
day. And we harvested some of those and some porcinis, and he cooked them over just the open fire on the grill in the state park. And it was so good. I never had mushrooms just cooked like dry over an open flame before, but that is such a great way to do them. That
sounds really yummy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm sold. I'm in on the mushroom foraging.
There's definitely stuff out there that will hurt you, but I think the fear of the mushroom is greater than the actual reality. People talk a lot about the fly agaric mushroom, the red and white spotted mushroom. That is one that like definitely has some very strong effects that are unpleasant for people, especially if you're not expecting it. But as a mushroom that you can eat, as long as you process it correctly, which is to say boil it many times over and dispose of the water constantly. I've done that before. I harvested the fly agaric mushroom and boiled it like 3 or 4 times and got rid of the water, and I sauteed them in butter and ate those up, and it was really tasty.
And no bad effects.
No, it makes you feel like maybe a little bit drunk is sort of the effect.
So are these magic mushrooms that you're foraging, Jamie?
This is not psilocybin mushrooms, but they are good medicinal mushrooms they've been used medicinally in a lot of cultures to sort of fall into sort of a deep meditative state. And they are known to sort of facilitate like very intense dreaming. It's sort of your Alice in Wonderland thing,
Okay.
for example.
Well, I've been having trouble sleeping, so maybe there's a mushroom for that too.
Honestly, it's a good one.
I'll look into it.
Okay, last thing on our list, our 8th item. Another one of my favorite things to do, and if all of these things you're like, I'm not going to go on a road trip, I'm not going to forage for mushrooms, I'm not going to do a hike, you're just looking for something easy, close to town, if you're in the Portland area, Portland Japanese Garden.
Yep.
It's great in every season.
It's a good
Every
one.
season. I love it in the fall. Those Japanese maples start to turn. Oh, come on. I mean, you get the cherry blossoms in the spring, Japanese maples in the fall. The whole place is just gorgeous. You go stop in the tea house, get a hot cup of tea. Come on.
And I think like also mid-autumn, there's going to be some mid-autumn stuff going on there. Like
Ooh.
the first weekend in October, like moon viewing stuff,
Oh,
if that's
love
still open, you know, tickets might be sold out, but they do a lot of, they do have like a good little like lineup of programming for fall. So you can see what they're up to, see what's popping out there.
I love that. The energy there is great. People are out. If you want to do some like peeping on fall fashion also, that's a place like I feel like you want to wear your cool fall outfit
Yes.
to go to see and be seen in the Portland Japanese Garden. It's a good spot to do it.
That's a great idea, yeah. Just like people watching, getting some good ideas of what to wear. Then I can stunt at the office.
Yeah.
Just my biggest goal.
I like you bring a big thermos of tea and you sit on a bench in the Japanese garden underneath some sort of like beautiful tree, and maybe there's a little small breeze going. People are walking by, they're murmuring. Maybe it's a little damp, a little mossy. Like, oh, that's what I'm talking about. That's some good Portland fall vibes right there.
That is. I can see that. And there's a lot of other gardens too. Like you've got so many city gardens and
Oh, it's
city
true.
parks where you've got a nice similar vibe.
Leach Botanical Garden.
Right.
The park blocks,
Yeah.
a little bit more of a dicier vibe sometimes. But the fall color in the park blocks is excellent.
Yes. And also, with just like another city park, Lansu, they put up all of their like lanterns during the fall. Very pretty time to go there as well.
Wow. I mean, just Portland is a great fall city. I mean, the sort of like the cafe culture, the coffee, tea culture, people who love the cozy flannel. I mean, I could do anything in Portland right this time. It's like a good time to go out and be out there.
Yep. This is the place to be.
Well, okay, so we've listed these 8 essential fall activities. I feel like, I'll speak for myself, already going to the Fruit Loop is one that's already in the calendar. Definitely want to do some soaking somewhere, somehow. And, I would love to do some mushroom foraging. It's been a few years since I've been out there. I'd love to get back out there and forage for something. I have some friends who were talking about going out for chanterelles. And they have their spot that, I feel like I ask people all the time, they talk about mushroom foraging, and I'm like, oh, where do you go? And they're like, it's a place near Mount Hood. I'm like, okay, so.
Well, maybe you'll be able to hop in on one of their trips.
That's what I'd like to do.
Yeah.
Bring the baby into the forest for the fall.
Baby's like a good bribe. I'll bring my baby. You tell me where the mushrooms are.
You can just look at her little face bobbing up and down in the backpack.
I think you'll be able to do it this year.
Yeah, okay. Okay, what about you? What are you feeling for this fall?
Well, obviously, I'm going to go to Sauvie Island. That's like my favorite fall activity. Maybe shoot some zombies with paintballs. I'm into the spooky stuff. So, and then I think foraging too. I'm going to give that one a go. I'm going to interrogate you after your trip.
Okay.
I have to figure out where your spot is.
I don't have a spot personally.
Where your friend's spot is.
That's true. Okay.
I'll get some intel somehow. I'm a journalist.
It's not too hard. You make friends and people take you out there.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You got to go with people in the know.
I'll find some friends.
Perfect.
That's my go-to.
I love it. Well, happy fall to you. Happy fall to everyone listening. God, what a good season. I'm so excited to get into this and talk more about this as the season progresses and continues.
Me too. I'm excited to rewatch Twilight.
Well, we'll have to save that for our fall movies episode.
Okay, fair.
Perfect. Well, folks, that will do it for us for today. Until next time, you can watch our videos on the Oregonians YouTube channel and view all of our travel and outdoors coverage on OregonLive.com/travel, as well as HereIsOregon.com.
Please leave us a rating or review if you enjoy the show, and if you want to support this podcast as well as our local journalism, please consider a subscription to Oregon Live. You can find the details at OregonLive.com/subscribe. Also, if you're a fan of the show and you're interested in potentially sponsoring it, you can get in touch with our marketing people at advertise@oregonian.com. This episode of the show was produced by me alongside Jamie Hale, Teresa Mahoney, and Vicky Connor.
Stay safe and happy travels, everyone. Until next time, we leave you with this 10 seconds of Zen.